In this video, we will look at the new Russian drone killer, the Tupolev PAK. This project was developed in the early 2010s by the famous Russian aviation company Tupolev. The result is an amazing aircraft which can be used for many purposes. It's fast, it has a range of up to 6,000 kilometers, and it can carry bombs and missiles. But how did Russia manage to create such a unique aircraft? What are its features? And how does it compare to other similar aircraft? Let's find out. The development of the Tupolev PAK began in 2012 after a request from the Russian Ministry of Defense. At that time, the Russian military needed a new type of aircraft that could be used for various missions, including reconnaissance, attack, and electronic warfare. They wanted an aircraft that would be able to operate in different weather conditions and altitudes, and they also wanted it to have a high level of stealth. After the request was made, Tupolev began designing the new aircraft. They studied various technologies and concepts and finally came up with a design that met all the requirements of the Russian military. The design was approved in 2013 and the first prototype was built in 2019. The first flight of the prototype took place in August 2019 and it was successfully completed. After that, the developers began testing the aircraft and making improvements to it. In 2022, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that the tests had been completed and that the plane was ready for mass production. The Tupolev PAK is a unique aircraft that has many interesting features. First of all, it's very fast. It can reach a speed of up to 1,000 kilometers per hour. This makes it one of the fastest aircraft in the world. It can also fly very far. Its range is up to 6,000 kilometers, which allows it to perform missions over long distances without needing to refuel. It also has a high level of stealth, which makes it difficult for enemy air defense systems to detect and track it. This is due to its special design and materials used in its construction. Another interesting feature of the Tupolev PAK is its ability to perform various types of missions. It can be used for reconnaissance, attack, and electronic warfare. It can carry bombs, missiles, and other types of weapons. It also has a special equipment that allows it to collect intelligence on enemy targets and to jam their electronic systems. But what is most important about the Tupolev PAK is its price. It's a relatively inexpensive aircraft compared to other similar aircraft. Its development and production costs were relatively low, which makes it an attractive option for countries with limited budgets. Also, the operation costs are relatively low, which makes it possible to use it frequently without incurring high expenses. However, despite its many features and advantages, the Tupolev PAK has also received some criticism. Some experts believe that its stealth capabilities are not enough to ensure its safety in modern combat conditions. They also note that the aircraft is relatively small, which can limit its ability to carry out certain types of missions. Additionally, the Tupolev PAK is a new aircraft and there is still not much experience in its use. This can lead to problems during missions, especially in complex and dangerous situations. In spite of these criticisms, the Russian military remains optimistic about the Tupolev PAK. They believe that the plane is ready for mass production and that it will be able to meet all their needs. In fact, the Russian Ministry of Defense has already ordered several dozen of these aircraft and plans to increase this number in the future. The Tupolev PAK is not the only aircraft of its kind. There are several similar aircraft in the world that have similar features and capabilities. However, the Tupolev PAK stands out among them due to its unique design and low cost. For example, the American SR-71 Blackbird is one of the fastest aircraft in the world, but it is also very expensive and difficult to maintain. The B-2 Spirit is another similar aircraft, but it's even more expensive and less efficient. The Chinese J-20 is a promising aircraft, but it still has some way to go before it can compete with the Tupolev PAK. The Tupolev PAK is a promising Russian aircraft that has many features and advantages. It's fast, it has a long range, and it can perform various types of missions. It's also relatively inexpensive, which makes it attractive for countries with limited budgets. Despite some criticisms, the Russian military remains optimistic about the aircraft and believes that it's ready for mass production. It will be interesting to see how this aircraft will perform in the future and whether it will be able to meet the expectations of the Russian military. Now let's talk about how Russia managed to create such a unique aircraft. To begin with, it should be noted that Russia has a long and rich history of aircraft production. The country has many experienced engineers and designers who have created some of the best aircraft in the world. Additionally, Russia has invested heavily in research and development of new technologies for aircraft production. This has allowed the country to stay at the forefront of aviation technology and to develop innovative and highly efficient aircraft. Another factor that contributed to the creation of the Tupolev PAK is the availability of high-quality materials and components. Russia has a well-developed industry for the production of materials and components for aircraft. These materials are used in the construction of various parts of the aircraft, such as the fuselage, wings, and engine. High-quality materials are essential for ensuring the reliability and durability of the aircraft. as well as its ability to withstand the stresses of flight. Furthermore, Russia has a tradition of developing and producing aircraft engines that are known for their reliability and efficiency. The engines are one of the most important components of any aircraft, and their quality directly affects the performance and safety of the aircraft. Russian aircraft engines are known for their high power-to-weight ratio, which makes them ideal for use in military aircraft such as the Tupolev PAK. In addition to the technical aspects, it is also important to consider the role of the Russian military in the development and production of the Tupolev PAK. The Russian military has a long history of using various types of aircraft for different purposes. They have a deep understanding of the requirements and challenges of modern warfare, and they were able to provide valuable input into the design and production of the Tupolev PAK. The close cooperation between the Russian military and the aircraft manufacturer ensured that the final product met all the necessary requirements. Finally, it's important to note the role of international cooperation in the development of the Tupolev PAK. Russia has cooperated with various countries and companies to obtain the necessary technology and expertise to develop this advanced aircraft. International cooperation has allowed Russia to access new technologies and materials that may not have been available domestically, which has helped to ensure that the Tupolev PAK is at the forefront of aviation technology. Overall, the creation of the Tupolev PAK is the result of a combination of factors, including the availability of experienced engineers and designers, high-quality materials and components, reliable and efficient aircraft engines, the role of the Russian military, and international cooperation. Together, these factors have enabled Russia to develop this unique and highly capable aircraft. And now let's make a lot of process when Russia create Tupolev PAK. Write down in the comment below, which version of the aircraft do you want to see in the next video?